My name is Dragon Kurkowski. It's actually pronounced Dragan. I go by Dragon because Dragon's a little bit more difficult to pronounce, and Dragon is way cooler. And most people don't forget Dragon. The last name is pronounced Kurkowski. I think Elizabeth, she said, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the last name. It's okay, because most people don't. But all of my information is on the bottom, first, last name, email address, and my cell phone number. But the reason why I mention that is because my last name looks a little funky, but it's actually really simple. You take out the J and it's pronounced Tchaikovsky, but I just go by Dragon Slayer because that's the coolest name in the world. But who am I really? Who am I really here? I'm actually one of only 5 national speakers, peak performance strategists, and corporate trainers that's been working directly with Tony Robbins for the last 6 years. I've actually done over 1,500 workshops. I've done work with real estate all across the country. They have been, of course, in different branches, different franchises. I've done work with almost all the different types of real estate companies, but also some other companies you may have heard of. Companies like Google, ESPN, Salesforce, Wynn Hotels, some of the top indirect companies in all different types of companies and corporations. But why I'm here today is to represent a man that has impacted my life, that has impacted the lives of many, many, many people, and to this day is impacting people all across the world. And that man's name is Tony Robbins. You've heard the name Tony Robbins before? Fantastic. Have you seen him? Beautiful. Does anybody not know who Tony Robbins is? Okay. Who's not going to raise their hand no matter what I say? Alright, but when you think of the name Tony Robbins, or when most people think of the name Tony Robbins, what do they think of? He's a what? Yeah, motivational speaker, right? And I get that all the time. I get Tony Robbins motivational speaker, Tony Robbins motivational speaker, Tony Robbins motivational speaker. Well, believe it or not, he's not. And believe it or not, this afternoon, I'm not here to motivate you guys. However, will you be motivated? Will something shift? Will something change before we're done here today? Yes. I promise you, and I actually give you my word. But the real reason I'm here today is the same reason why some of the most successful individuals in the world are all either currently working with Tony Robbins or have all worked from the past. And I know that you've heard of some of these names. Names like Warren Buffett, Steve Wynn, Michael Jordan, Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates, Pat Riley, Miami Heat, and Miami Heat fan here in Miami Heat fan. Okay, Pat Riley and Tony Robbins are actually very, very close friends. They've been friends for quite some time. But some other individuals that have passed, people like Nelson Mandela, Princess Diana, Mother Teresa, Comey at age 27 was working with and coaching the President of the United States at the time of Ronald Reagan. I know it's a silly question, but all these individuals that I just mentioned, we can agree they're pretty successful, they're motivated, all influential, and they all have the one thing we all have in common, the same 24 hours a day. Do you agree with that? Yes or no? Yeah. So here's my question. Why? Why would some of the most successful people in the world, and that's just the name of you, why would some of the most successful people in the world with the same amount of time and the same amount of demands, if not more than you do, work with an individual like Tony Robbins? For one simple reason. It's the reason why you're all here today. But better results. Better results in something. In some area of your life, some area of your business, and I know that's why you guys are here today. True? Yeah. Okay, and I don't know what that area is yet, but it's either, maybe it's in your health, maybe it's in your relationships, maybe it's in your emotional fitness, your time management, maybe it's here in the business, maybe it's making some more money. But if you're here, I know you all want more in something. And the only thing that stops anybody, that includes myself, those individuals I just mentioned, or anybody in this room, are just 2 things. And that's it. Just the mental and emotional blocks. So those mental and emotional inner conflicts. Those inner conflicts that takes an individual one step forward, but then what? 2 steps back, sometimes 3 or even 4. Right? Who's ever experienced some of those inner conflicts before by show of hands? Anybody? Alright, thanks for being honest, myself included. Here's my real basics. Once an individual can identify and shift or change those mental and emotional blocks, they absolutely can do, be, have, or create whatever they're committed to. Not what they want, but what they're committed to. Because there's a big difference between wanting and committing. Would y'all agree with that? Yes or no? Yeah. Okay, so here's one thing I hate to do. I hate to waste time. One thing that we won't do, we won't waste time. I will apologize. I was about 10 to 12 minutes behind. I was back-to-back workshops. I've already ran 2 workshops this morning. This is my 3rd one, and I have another one right after that. So it's a busy day, but not because of that point, but our time is the most valuable commodity we have. So our time that we have together today, once it's gone, it's gone. And I don't take that lightly. So here's my promise to you all. In the next 30 to 45 minutes or so, or our time that we have, maybe a little bit longer if we can go a little bit longer, okay? You're all going to walk away with these 2 or 3 strategies that can directly apply in your business or your personal life. And if you can walk away with these a couple strategies that can directly apply in your business and your personal life, don't we agree this whole be waste of time, yes or no? Fantastic. But it's the one simple keyword that will guarantee those results. And it's the most important keyword of our time together today. It's called participation. Okay? Why? You know how this works. What you put into anything, you get out. What you put in your health, what you put in your body is exactly what you get out. What you put in your relationships, you get out of your relationships. What you put in your business, you get out of your business. It's like today's workshop. What you put in is exactly what you will get out. Alright? So I'll ask who's willing to participate and play ball, and what does that look like? Let's take a step back because I think it's very important to kind of define what participation is. Who remembers 6th grade out of the class? Anybody? Yes. Well, you didn't? I didn't.
I just started 100 years ago.
Well, regardless, who remembers the information that we learned in 6th grade? Okay? A little bit of it. Okay? Most of us can't recall all of the information. Why? Because here's what we did. Back in 6th grade, we would sit in our chairs and we were listening passively. And when we listen passively, the information comes in one ear and then what? Out the other. And that's a waste of time. If I did some simple key things like taking down some notes, shouting back some answers, raising your hands, participating and playing full out, getting outside your comfort zone, your attention level will go from 10% to at least 50%. And the more that you put in, it will go from 50 to 70 or even 90% based on the participation level. So the key word today is called participation. What's the key word? Participation. So who's willing to participate, play full out, bet you would say yes. Yes. Is it going to impact your business and the lives of other people around them? If that's you would say yes. Yes. Is this a fun group, yes or no? Yes. I knew you guys were fun. Then turn to your neighbor, find somebody that's going to look at them and say, I'm committed, or you? I'm committed, or you? Some of us should be. For those who are not yet, I think we all are, but just in case you're not, I'm committed, and I think we're all committed to producing better results today. And one thing I will share with you guys at the end, very briefly, but very, very important, and it's something that's changed my life and the life of really thousands and thousands of people that I personally know, is an event called Unleash the Power Within. And it's short for UPW. It's March 10th through the 13th here in your backyard at the West Palm Beach Convention Center. We only do this event a couple times per year. This last event we had was in Los Angeles. Tony's been doing this for the last 34 years. We had our largest Unleash the Power Within. We just had short of 10,000 individuals from 65 different countries, mainly from the Southern California area, but actually people flew in from all over, not just from California. We had plenty of people from Florida as well too. It just so happens to be this time, it's in your backyard. And I don't know if you guys are aware, but now Tony Robbins is actually a resident of Palm Beach County. He's been a resident for almost now 3 years. He plans to stay in the area. He's got a couple different homes that Tony's been here for the last 3 years. Loves it. He's been doing a couple things here. So I'm curious, has anybody ever gone to Unleash the Power Within before? Oh, cool. Both of you guys? What's your name? Kathy and Christy. Kathy and Christy. I'll remember that. That's pretty easy. In one word, what was your experience at this event?
It was awesome.
It was awesome. Christy?
Hot?
Hot? Hot and good? Did you burn your feet?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I had to do the fire alarm.
Okay, cool. So hot in a good way, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I want to make sure. It was amazing, or it was awesome, and then it was hot. So I'll take that as a good thing. And here's the thing. It's the same thing for almost every single time I ask any single group what was the experience. It was awesome, it was amazing, but it's an experience. Today we're going to talk about some information, but here's what I can promise you. Information alone will not change you. It's the experiences. We're going to go through some information. We're going to go through a couple things in your experience. And more importantly, if you do make that decision, I can promise you not only from my personal word, but from our company standpoint. It's a 100% money back guarantee that if it's not the best thing, one of the best things you've ever experienced in life, you get to decide and you get all your money back in itself. Okay? So, really quickly, Tony's been coaching and working with some of the most successful people in the world for the last 34 years. You look at anybody who's successful, why are they successful? And now remember, success looks different for every single person in this room. Success looks completely different for Denise than it does for Chris, as it does for Christy, okay? Or Elizabeth, alright? But when you see someone who's successful, why are they successful? They have certain characteristics, right? They're focused, they're determined, they're confident, they take action, they're effective with their time management. You can see it's all those things, but probably you can say even more than that. You ever know? I mean, we could all come up with at least 3 or 4 answers, each more, that would add that. But all those answers together come down to one answer that determines success in anything you do, and this is the most important answer. But I ask you to please write it down because it's very, very important, okay? In your top left box, you have 4 boxes. Your top left box, you have a D and a P. That P, that stands for your patterns. That's the one answer that determines success in anything you do. Our patterns are another name for habits, systems, rituals, routines, behaviors. They're all the same thing, at least for today's example. We're going to use patterns just so we have one universal word, but they're all the same thing, okay? Who's got some good habits or patterns in the by your hands? Okay, kind of scary, only got 3 or 4 of you. I'll give you guys a second chance. Who brushed your teeth this morning? Alright, there we go. We all got some good habits. I didn't say a lot, I just said some. Alright? I'll put up 2 hands for this one. It's going to be some bad habits by your hands. I'll actually put for y'all. Alright? We all got some good habits, we all got some bad habits. But what really determines our success in our business and life are not the habits we're aware of, they're the habits we're unaware of. And those are called our unconscious habits. We all have them. But I'm curious to find out from you guys, how long do you take learning a habit pattern? 21 days? 6 weeks? It could be 6 days, it could be 6 seconds, it could be 6 months. You can all provide different answers, but really quickly, we can learn habits and patterns pretty quickly. And some to stick and some to last, you can take 6 weeks, you can take 6 months, you can take 6 days, depending on a couple different factors. But let me prove to you in this example. Take your hands apart about 6 inches. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, go, and you're just going to clap your hands and just follow along, alright? You all ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go, 1, 3, go, 1, 3. Alright, same example, but we can develop the rhythm pretty quickly, right? But now, let me give you an example of what an unconscious pattern is, because this is very, very important. Take your hands apart about, again, 6 inches. This time, you're going to just clasp your hands together and interlace your fingers, one thumb over the other. Fantastic. And it looks like you all have either your left thumb over your right or your right thumb over the left. And I know exactly what you're thinking. You didn't have any options, alright? But why do you put one thumb over the other? It's more comfortable, it's dominant, it's a habit. What type of habit is it? Unconscious habit, you're 100% correct. You all put one thumb over the other because it's unconscious habit, it's unconscious habit. Let's do this again, alright? Only this time, you're going to put the opposite thumb on top. Ready? You'll try? You're going to do it, I believe in you, alright? Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. But don't switch them back, okay? And I saw some of your faces and I saw some of you actually do it. You had to think about it, and some of you took actually a couple seconds to do so. And how does this feel? It feels what? Awkward, uncomfortable, strange, different, weird. Why? Because all we did was we broke your habit. So the reason why I bring up this example is because the majority of the time in your business, your life, we're not thinking. We run on these unconscious, automatic autopilots. So here's my question to you. What happens if your current thoughts, habits, patterns, behaviors, or actions are actually taking a direction you don't want to go? Or worse, what if they're actually giving you increased results of an individual with your skill level, your talent level, your commitment level should be producing? And maybe it's not here in the business, but maybe it's another area of life. Maybe in relationships, maybe in time management, maybe in your emotional fitness. Well, the easy and the best thing to do to some of those old habits and patterns will be to do what to them? Change them. Get rid of them, replace them. And I agree with you 1,000%. It's a lot easier said than done. Because who's ever said, you know what, starting next week I'm going to make some more phone calls. Starting tomorrow I'll prospect a little bit more. I'll do some more door knocking, I'll do some more farming. I'll follow up and I'll follow through later. I'm going to start going to the gym next week. I'll start eating healthier tomorrow. I'll do that later. Who's ever done this before? Okay. Thank you for the excitement, alright? We've all done this. And I want to make it very, very clear, today I'm not here to show you guys what to do in your business. I know from a franchise standpoint, you guys have the tools, the skills, the information, the technology to support you. Am I in the right room, yes or no? Okay? I don't know if I bought that, alright? You guys know what to do in your business?
Yes.
Okay? I know you guys do. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. And maybe you are brand new, but you're still learning the business, but you have access to the tools and information out there. And to be honest with you, I'm not even here to show you what's in your personal life. You all already know or have a general good idea of what's in your personal life. But here's what I'm here to share with y'all. Even when the individual already knows what to do, when their knowledge comes against their habits, habits always win. I hate to repeat myself, but it's so important to share one more time. Even when you already know what to do, when your knowledge comes against your habits, those habits always win. This afternoon I'm going to push you guys. I'm going to stretch you. I'm going to stretch your thinking, and it's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable, but if it does, that's actually a great thing. Because the true growth happens, the true growth happens when it's at the end of our comfort zone. And if I have permission to really stretch your thinking today, if it feels even just a little bit uncomfortable, but if I can guarantee some results, do I have your permission? If so, then say yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Maybe. Alright, so you gotta get out of the room then. I'll take the maybe as a yes, because I think that was a playful maybe.
It was.
I know. Yeah. Cool. Alright, so real quickly, what Tony's found is when he's working with the best of the best, there are 3 simple pillars to success. We're going to touch on these, but if you use the power of them, you go deeper, you get them ingrained in who you are, and you literally get them in your body. But if you apply these 3 pillars into any area of life or your business, you're going to produce some better results. So write these down anywhere in your worksheet. You're going to write down these 3 pillars, which is these 3 letters, and you're going to write down S-A-M. And the S, it stands for our strategies, okay? If you guys can repeat it back, what's the S stand for? It stands for our strategies. Phenomenal, okay? You have to have a strategy. What are your strategies? They're your business plans, but more importantly, your plans of action, right? Are you getting closer to your goals? Are you getting further away? Do you have your plan in place? Do you have a business plan in place? More importantly, do you have a life plan in place? We've all heard the saying, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. But more importantly, why? Why are you here today? Why do you do what you do? Why are you in this business? Because here's what I can promise you. You don't have to have the best strategy, but when your why is large enough, when you know what it is that you do and why you do it, you'll always find a how-to when your why is big enough. Second pillar, really simple, but very, very important. The A stands for our activities. What's the A stand for?
Activities.
Phenomenal. Awesome job, team. Okay, so our activities is basically how well are you executing your strategy? What actions are you taking? I'm going to keep this very, very simple, but it's very, very important. How many phone calls are you actually making? I'm going to ask it again because I believe this is extremely important. How many phone calls are you actually making? Out of those phone calls, how many contacts are you making? Out of those contacts, how many appointments are you setting? How many appointments are you going on? What are you doing to convert the appointment to a listing? When you get the listing, are you getting a deal? What are you doing to get referrals after you close the deal? Are you really asking for the referrals? How many more deals are you getting from those referrals? What are you doing for customer service? How do you follow up? Keep it very, very simple. But at the end of the day, how do you make the clients feel? Because your clients are buying what? Or they're buying who? They're buying you. They're buying your trust. They're buying your confidence. They're buying your certainty. They're buying you actually care about them. Because if you don't care about them, will they feel that? Yes or no? If you don't show up the way that they need to be felt or understood or worked with, who do they do business with? Somebody else. And if there are literally a lot of somebody else is out there right now. There's plenty, there's too many. But it's the way that you show up, the way that you connect with your clients is going to be the difference between you and somebody else. Which takes the third pillar, and it's the way that we show up. This third pillar by far is more important than the first 2 pillars, but this determines the way that we show up and if we're going to execute our strategy or not. This third pillar is 80% of your success. And the third pillar, the M, it stands for your mindset. What's the third pillar stand for? Mindset. Oh, I don't think you heard me. I said this is the most important pillar. What's it stand for? Mindset. That's right. And 80% of success in your business, say 80% of success in any area of life is your mindset. It's just your psychology. It's that ability to have that unshakable, unstoppable mental and emotional fortitude. To have a crystal clear outcome, to know what your goal is, and take that action. To make the calls, to execute incredible follow-up, to ask for the referrals. But why do you do it? You don't do it because you had coffee. You don't do it because you had a pump-up motivational session. You don't do it because you got jacked up just for a few moments. You do it because you don't have to think about it. You do it because it's just who you are. And we know individuals who live like that every single day in this business. And not just in this business, but in all areas of their life. True, yes or no?
Yes.
But here's where most sales professionals, and here's what I find a lot. Most real estate professionals, they focus on almost everything other than their mindset. On the information, the scripts, the tools, the marketing, the brochures, the how-to. Do not get me wrong. That stuff is extremely important. Knowledge is important. But what's worse? Not knowing what to do, or actually knowing what to do, what to say, who to call, how to make the calls, knowing what to do in your business, knowing what to do in your personal life, knowing what to do for your health, for your relationships, for your time management, and not doing it. What's worse, first or second? Second. Because if you don't know, you can find out. But if you know and you're not doing it, that's completely worse. Y'all agree with me, yes or no?
Yes.
The one unfair competitive advantage in this business, I'll take a step back real quick. Tom Ferry, Mike Ferry, Brian McGee, all the information, outside traders, the information you guys had internally, all that stuff is fantastic. You know who was there last on Unleash the Power Within? One of those guys that I just mentioned. I'm not going to name which one, but even those guys understand the importance of this thing. You can have the best script in the world, but if you don't show up the best version of you, I don't care what script you're using. I don't care what technology you are. If you can't speak to an individual, confidence, search, and there to service them, even if they're ready to buy, but you show up the wrong way, they're not going to do business with you. The one unfair competitive advantage in this business, in life, is this thing. It's the unshakable and mental, emotional fortitude. That's exactly what you learn at the Unleash the Power Within, how to condition it, but how to just stay in that peak, best emotional version of you. I believe if you're here today, you're all committed to growing your business. And anybody who's committed to growing your business, and by the way, are you all committed to growing your business?
Yes.
Fantastic. And anybody who's committed to growing their business, they have to be honest with one person and one person only. Who is that person? That's it. Just you. Nobody else. Not your neighbor. Not literally your partner, your spouse, your kids. Just you. Two-part question, but this is the most important question of our time that we have together today. Is there anybody who's thinking you cannot grow? I mean, you're already the best of what you can do. You can't grow at all. You can't tap into any more of your potential. You can literally write a manual of success for this company. If that's you, please raise your hand right now so we can all acknowledge you.
That's how we feel about her.
And you know what, which is fantastic, you are acknowledging her, and you know what, as much as you wanted to do it, she resisted because you know that as much as how great you may be doing, those who are doing the greatest or are tapping their more potential, they're the ones that realize that they can continue to grow even more. And then myself included. Never stop growing and continue tapping more. I mean, we can all grow. So here's the most important part. If we can all grow, regardless of how great you're doing or how horrible you're doing, what's challenging you? What's stopping you? What's in your way? This is the most important question of our time that we have together today. It's literally, if you have this question on your worksheet because it's that important, it says, what's holding you back? You're going to take about 30 to 60 seconds, and you're going to write down what are those challenges, what are those blocks, what's in the way of you being or tapping into more of your potential producing results you know you can. This could be anything, it should be anything, but I'm going to ask you to be 100% completely honest for you.
You want our excuses here?
Whatever you want to call them. You can call them excuses, you can call them limitations, you can call them anything. And it literally, great question, okay? Absolutely. But this could be and it should be anything. All I ask you to do is be honest with yourself. Cool, and just for the sake of time, take as long as you need in the next 5 seconds. Alright, we're going to get about 12, 13, 14 answers up there, so who wants to share one or two first? Yes.
Time management.
Okay, thank you for saying time management, not time. Your name?
Linda.
Thank you, Linda. Okay, Linda said time management.
Money.
Okay, too much money? Understand that problem? Yep. Okay, money. Procrastinate. Okay. Does anybody else procrastinate by show of hands? Is anybody thinking about it? They'll raise their hand later. Procrastinate. Okay. Time management, money, procrastinate.
Tired.
Okay, tired. Okay, can we put energy with that? Okay. Tired, energy. What else?
Not asking for help.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Afraid to ask.
Okay. So can we just have an action? Do you can take more action in terms of asking for help? And I say action because who else can take more action just in their business in general? Anyone else? Okay. So that's where they're asking for help, going out there and taking action for the business. Okay, action. But you also said something else. You said, start with the F. Fear. Okay. Does anybody face fear in this business? Okay, what types of fear do you face? Fear of rejection. Okay? Yeah. Fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of insecurity, fear of change. What about fear of success? What happens if I become successful? I stand out. Maybe I have additional success. I have more things on my plate that I have to manage. Already I have difficulty managing stuff. Or what?
I said, your success, you said, okay, I'm doing well, but what do I do now?
There you go. I have to maintain the success. I have to continue having the success. Or fear of investing in yourself, in your clients, in your business. What happens when I invest time, money, energy, and it doesn't work out? I waste time, I waste money, I waste energy. Is there fear of getting outside of our own comfort zone? Yes or no?
Yeah.
You better believe it. There's all different types of fear. Okay? Fantastic. Fear. What else we got? Let's get a few more. Okay? Shyness. Here's we put confidence. Okay? Confidence. But I also want to tie in shyness, confidence, and a couple things that apply to everybody in this room. I believe they do. You guys tell me. Must we be confident? But there are times when we get shy, or we get reserved, or worse, we get stressed out, we get overwhelmed, we get angry, we get depressed, but we're supposed to be motivated, we're supposed to be happy, we're supposed to be poised, and we're supposed to be business professionals. Are there times that your emotional state takes full control of who you are and what you should be doing, yes or no? How important is managing your emotional state? Very important. That scale from 1 to 10, how important is it? It's up there, right? So your emotion, can I put emotional state up there?
Yeah.
Okay, emotional state. And let's get 1 or 2 more. What else? Focus, distractions. Anything else?
Resistance to struggle.
Okay, what about resistance to struggling?
Well, anytime you want to grow, you have to step outside of your comfort zone. And a lot of times people really avoid that. I guess it's that's pretty much.
Yeah, it can be procrastination. It can still be part of fear of, no, I know that I can do more. I got to get outside of myself. I got to face these challenges. Absolutely, I agree with you. It could be both, actually. And the other big one, is good. Okay? Responsibilities. Let's talk about responsibilities. You all have personal responsibilities for being a realtor, yes? We all have to take care of our own personal lives, and those are all responsibilities, yes? What about life responsibilities, like our children, our family members, our partners, our spouses, our cats, our dogs, our crazy neighbors? You actually can get rid of all of them, but we still have to deal with all the other stuff in life, and that's what it is called. I mean, all that stuff is called life. True? We all have to deal with it. All of us have a different circumstance. Okay? So all these things are great. I appreciate them. They're honest. They're the truth. What are these things really called? They're called what? Excuses, obstacles, challenges, limitations, part of the business, opportunities, whatever you want to call them. Who does face these? One person or who does? We all do, in some way, shape, or form, maybe not all of them, but what these do equal are two letters. They're the most important letters. These equal, please write these two letters down right next to yours. These equal your B, S. Which stands for not that BS. But this BS is the reason why you're here today. Your BS drives every single action you take. Your client's BS about you will determine will they do business with you or they won't do business with you. Close. But every single action a human being takes is driven by your BS, and your BS stands for your belief systems. How can I prove that to you? Because you're all here this afternoon because of your belief system. If you thought this would be a waste of time, guess what? You wouldn't have been here. You all had a belief, or your belief system drove you to be here, in this business, as a realtor, here within this company, within this organization. Every single action you take is driven by a belief system. Your client's belief system about you will determine the actions that they take or they don't take. And I'll prove this to you even deeper and further. Please raise your hand really, really high if you just worked on the word belief system and worked just a second ago. Take a look around the room, every single one of you. Every single one of you. Why? Because something in your conscious or unconscious belief system said it was important enough to write it down, so what did you do? You all wrote it down. The scary part is, most of the time we're running on unconscious. There's two types of beliefs. First kind are called limiting beliefs. That's what these things are here in red. Limiting beliefs limit you. Limiting beliefs stop you. Limiting beliefs impede individuals from taking action and moving forward. What we call the limiting beliefs at the Robbins companies, we call those dream killers. They kill your dreams. They kill the potential of where you can be living a quality life in your business, not just for you, but everybody else around you. That's what limiting beliefs do. Second type of beliefs are called empower beliefs. Opposite of limiting, empowering beliefs empower us. They inspire us, they drive us to move forward and tap into the best version of who we are. Empower beliefs empower us. What is a belief? If I were to ask every single person in this room a belief, we would all probably get similar or somewhat alike definitions, but I would say they would all be a little bit different. And what's a belief? A belief is just a feeling. A belief is just a feeling of certainty of what something means to you. It's not letting the external world, the market, the economy, the news, the media, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, literally anybody affect this thing. Because the only person who can believe anything is who? It's you. You gotta stand guard against your mind. A belief is just a feeling of certainty of what something means to you. And you're the only person who can believe something or can't believe something. That's it. And if you let somebody else influence it, you haven't conditioned this thing to the ability that it can be conditioned. We got the most powerful computer in the world, it's our brain. We got the strongest muscle in the world, it's our brain. We upgrade our cell phones, we upgrade our laptops, we scan our computers for viruses. The website crashed. When was the last time this thing crashed and we can upgrade it? We upgrade our cell phones every 3 to 6 months. We scan our computers, our laptops all the time. When was it? Maybe every 3 years. But even if it's 3 years, when was the last time we gave this thing an upgrade yet? Not sure. This thing drives and operates everything we do. But the thing we carry in our palm, the thing that's useful for our business, and sometimes more or less even more of a distraction, we upgrade that. But without this thing doesn't work. This thing is a direct reflection of every single result we have. And when was the last time you took this thing to the gym? Like actually did a workout, like actually did what it needed to do to condition. Because I promise you this, there are individuals out there who are far less talented than each and every single one of you in this room. They probably even spend less time and energy in the business, but some of them are making a lot more money. Yes or no? Yeah. Why? Because they don't let those things affect this thing. And when those things show up, they show up in a different way. So, real quickly, we're going to go through these boxes. I'll prove to you how scientifically proven how you're producing your habits will determine your success for the rest of your life. Not because I'm so smart, because Tony Robbins has been doing this for the last 34 years, the most successful people in the world. And he'd be an idiot to not realize there are certain patterns of success and failure. It's really simple. This R stands for results. So go ahead and put that box in. In this result box, you're going to write down 2 results you're committed to making happen. One in your business, one in your personal life. What's a specific result that you're committed to making happen in your business? $100,000 in this next year, $150,000, $250,000, increase your business by 10%, increase your business by 25%, double your business. Maybe it's to have X amount of transactions. What's the number of transactions? Maybe it's a sales volume or certain sales revenue. What's that number? What specifically? Clarity is power. If you just say make some more money, well, here's $5 more than what you made last year. Okay? Technically, you made more money. Clarity is power. Specificity is power. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. Also, what's a personal area of life? Let's not change your whole life. Let's just change one area. Why? Because when you change one area, when you commit to changing one area, it will affect everything. What's that one area for you? Maybe it's health. Maybe it's losing some weight. How much weight? Maybe it's to feel a certain way in your body. Maybe it's to feel a certain type of energy. How would it be? What would it feel like? Okay? We all have emotional homes. Maybe it's shifting your emotional home. Why is this so important? Because we all go to a certain place emotionally. We're under stress. We're under pressure. And what's it for you? Maybe it's overwhelmed. Maybe it's procrastinating. Maybe it's distractions. Maybe it's fear. What's that emotional home that you need to get rid of? And what's the new emotional home that you got to condition? And you can't just make hope and pray to be there. You have to condition it because your emotions are muscles as well too. Maybe that emotional state that you have to condition is confidence. Maybe it's having more energy. Maybe it's being passionate. I don't know what that emotional state is for you, but maybe that's the one area you need to shift. Maybe relationships. Maybe you need to get out of one, or maybe you need to get in one. And I'm talking about all types of relationships. Business, get rid of some clients if they're not serving you, outsource them or come out. Same thing with your family members. I'm joking, alright? I'm just too late. No, in all seriousness, love your family, but if they're holding back, choose the amount of time that you invest in and protect this thing. Everybody's area of their life is completely different, but what's that one area if you shift it to you would completely change everything? Alright? So in order for you to produce the results, you can't think, you can't want, you can't hope, you can't wish, you have to be 100% committed. Because there's a difference between want to try as opposed to I'm going to do it and I'm committed. Yes or no? Huge difference. I'm going to try to make some calls today. Good luck on that one. I'm committed to making some calls today. I'm committed to producing this result. I'm committed to changing my life. Big difference. Your language will affect you. Your language will affect you in a trance. You're all in trance. We're always in a trance. But your words affect you. Your thoughts affect you. In order for you to produce the results, you got to do something every single day. That's right. You have to take action. You have to take a little or a lot of action. A little, a lot, and you got to take a lot. Regardless, whatever it is, we underestimate the actions necessary to produce a result. You have to take specific, measurable actions, but you have to take a lot of them, regardless. Whatever the result is, you know how it goes. To try to get one appointment, you underexpect how many phone calls it might take to get that person to get on the phone or to get them on a listening appointment. You have to take massive action. You have to continue taking action. 2 reasons why individuals don't take action. One is they don't know what action to take. If you really don't know what action to take, I give you the best piece of advice you can take and that you can receive. Take more action. Take more action and find out. Take more action and get some information. There's books, there's tapes, there's resources, there's seminars, there's coaching. Take more action if you really don't know. Second reason why anybody doesn't fall through or take the action is because they have a set of emotional blocks, they have some inner conflicts, they have some limiting beliefs, limiting them from taking the action to produce the results. And what will those results do for you? What will that increase in their business do for you? What's that money going to do for you? More importantly, who would it affect? How would that make you feel? What would that do for everybody else around you? And how would that impact their lives? And would they impact anything else because of that? Think about that ripple effect for a moment. It's not about just making the money, but who else would benefit and how? And then how would that translate back to you? So in order for you to take those actions, those results, you're going to tackle something we all have. It's completely unlimited. We all have it. It's an unlimited what? That's right, unlimited potential. And it costs you how much financially to tap into all your potential? Zero, zip, nada, not one penny. But if we have all this unlimited potential within us and it costs us nothing to tap into, it costs you everything by not accessing it. And in order for you to tap into all your potential, you take those action teaching also starts with two things. Your day-to-day habits and patterns, your behaviors, your standards, your rituals, they're all the same thing. And what drives that is yours, starts with B, is for your beliefs. So what type of belief must you form and condition and recondition about the business, about your clients, about the market, about the economy, but most importantly, what type of belief must you form by yourself? Limiting or empowered? Which one? Empowered, but that was a very disempowered response. So I'm going to ask it again. Limiting or empowered? Which one? Empowered. And that's exactly what the Unleash the Power Within is all about. It's getting you to tap into, owning, and reconditioning what you already have within inside you, but getting it to be who you are consistently. Y'all with me, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay? Referrals. How important are referrals in this business on a scale from 1 to 20? 25, I agree with you. Who asks for referrals every time they have an opportunity to get referrals? Every single time? Why don't individuals, especially in real estate, especially in any sales profession, why don't they ask for referrals all the time? Because of what? Fear. Yes, that's right. What happens if I get rejected? What happens if they think I'm too pushy? I didn't close the deal yet. I don't really know them yet. Whatever the BS is some type of limiting belief. You all with me, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay? I want to give you guys a quick bonus on how to do referrals. Will this be a value to you guys if we were to share this, yes or no?
Yes.
Fantastic. For those of you guys, about half of them I'll share it with you guys and the rest of them. Okay, A-R-E. Write down A-R-E. A stands for, take a wild guess, you have to do what? You have to take action, and how you take action? By asking, 100%. So you have to ask for referrals. You're going to ask for, here's the kicker, 3 referrals. You're always going to ask for 3. Why are you going to ask for 3? Because if you ask for 3 and if you at least get 1, guess what? You got your 1 referral. You ask for 3 and you get 2, you just double your productivity. If you ask for 3 and you actually get 3, guess what? You just triple your productivity, you got 3 referrals just by asking for 3 referrals. All the time you're always asking for 3 referrals. Secondly, R stands for reward. Okay? You have to reward. What does that mean? Reward your clients. Give them something. There's a law called the law of reciprocity. And the law of reciprocity says if you give something, then you want to give something back. And the more inclined that you're able to give something or you have something to offer, that people are willing to give back as well too. Okay? So what do I always personally do? I travel around with these Tony Robbins hour keys. They're absolute amazing value, $35. They're normally $35. That's the retail value of it. That, I mean, worth way more. It's like jet fuel. Okay? So what's it look like for you? Okay? Maybe it's a gift card. Maybe it's $5 gift card. Maybe it's a $20 gift card. Whatever it is for you. Maybe it's a bottle of wine. Maybe it's a gift card to dinner. Maybe it's a massage. Just don't actually give them a massage. Because that can get you in a lot of trouble. And don't say Dragon told me to give you a massage because I don't want to get in trouble. Buy the massage. You can actually get certificates. All right. Do something, but if it's a better quality client or if they're sending referrals and you know you close the deal because of that, reward them. Give them something of value, okay? But you have to reward. Okay? Third, very, very simple, easy. E stands for easy. You have to make it easy. If it's complicated for people to do referrals, they're not going to do your referrals. You have to make it super, super easy. So, hence the reason why I gave this referral point. Everybody take it out, and I'm give it for a couple reasons. One, I'm going to ask you for some referrals, but I want you guys to model this real quick, okay? So one, this is really simple. It's really easy. Tony Robbins free gift. It's either free Tony Robbins hour card CD or you can buy 3 quality referrals, okay? Give you some memory joggers. Here's the type of referrals that I'm looking for. I'm looking for mortgage companies, insurance companies, real estate companies, car dealerships, recruiting offices, financial advisors, MLM, title, okay? So when I ask for referrals, I'm asking, who do you know? What brokers do you know? What managers? What center of influence within that company that I can go and do another workshop for? What company can I do a similar presentation for like that? And then it's really simple. Here's the information. It's really simple, it's straightforward. The individual knows what they're getting. If you pick this up and without looking at, or without even having to explain it, you have a pretty good idea of what you're going to get and what I'm looking for. Would you all agree with that, yes or no? Okay? You have to do something so simple and something just like this. You can literally copy this. Change the words, change the languaging, change what you're going to look for, or what you're specifically asking for. Maybe it's who do you know that's looking to buy, sell, or rent in the next 6 months or the next year. Who do you know that's already, put their homes up for sale in last year? They didn't sell. Whatever it is, the people who always are buying and selling, who do they know? Other people who are looking to buy and sell. True, yes or no? So you have to ask. But if you're not asking for referrals, you're not going to get it. And the last part of this is about the easy part. Okay? When someone has a referral form, and they give you a referral form, what are you thinking in the back of your mind? Tell me?
You're gonna give one back?
You're going to give one back, maybe? But no, yeah, absolutely. But on an unconscious standpoint, if you were to give me this referral form, I'm going to think that, hey, at least this referral form that you're giving me, you got to at least get referrals, otherwise you wouldn't have this referral form here. So at least my referrals are going to be in good hands because you understand how to work with referrals. Because if you don't get referrals, why would you have something like this created? Why would you have a template if you don't get referrals? So unconsciously, people know that you already get referrals. So unconsciously, they're thinking, hey, I can get referrals from her or them. Does this make sense? Yes or no? And if you're not doing this during every single one of your closings, you're literally shooting yourself in the foot. And it doesn't have to be just during the closing. It can be before, it can be when you're meeting people, but you'll have to use sensory acuity on when to use it or not to use it. If you just met them and if you're not providing good quality service, I wouldn't do referrals no matter how great of a strategy it is. But you have to be sensory acuity, and if you're adding value and if they feel that they're receiving value, yes. Do it before, do it during, do it after. And if you're not doing it while they're doing the closing paperwork, you're really shooting yourself in the foot. Hey Chris, I appreciate you trusting and taking trusting me and being able to service you and miss your home. And would you agree with me that I did a phenomenal job for you and your family? Fantastic, I really appreciate that. The lifeline of my business is all referral based. I know that we're over the phone right now, and if you can't see me and I can't see you, but the lifeline of my business is all referrals. So when you're filling out the paperwork, when you get to page 30, you need to take 1 extra minute to just scroll through your Rolodex. Just 1 minute. If you had a couple, fantastic. But who else do you know? I have a spot for 3 names. 1 or 3 other individuals that are looking to buy, sell, or rent, or maybe in the next 6 months. Could you take that additional 1 or 2 minutes and really do that for me? And in return, I know, because I know through the listening process, I know what his favorite bottle of wine is, or what his favorite restaurant. I'm giving you a gift card to your favorite restaurant, or whatever it is. Would you be able to do that for me? Guys, it's as simple as that. And they're going to give you referrals every single time. But the only thing that stops you from getting referrals is what? Asking, and the only thing that's is that people stop asking for referrals is because it's made up in our head. Whatever belief you have about asking for referrals. And I will tell you this: if you get a horrible job, you get the quality job you did, don't say, hey, I would still ask regardless, but don't say, hey, would you agree with me that I did a fantastic outstanding job for you? No, you're a realtor from hell, okay? Once again, sensory acuity, okay? So, are you guys getting, the same thing, no question about it. You have clients can tell as well too, but it's your job to direct them, mentoring emotionally. Because regardless of what they're doing, the only person who can control you is you, okay? Have you guys gotten tremendous value from this so far?
Yes.
Fantastic. Who else do you know? I'm going to ask, what are the companies, groups in the area, South Florida area? Are there mortgage companies? Maybe you have an aunt, uncle, brother, sister. Maybe they're an MLM company. Maybe you're friends with another broker owner who's got a sales team or a group that can benefit from something like this. Fill out the names, and I'll give you the CD for free at the end. Yeah, absolutely. And we have a couple extras, so if you want to fill it out, and then if you want to use one for a reference, you guys can use this as well. There's how many copies you want to include for probably everybody just for another one. Okay?
What if we have referrals for people that may be interested in going to go and aren't necessarily business owners?
Yeah, fantastic. If you want to just install them for Just DPW ticket or whatever you want to say, DPW and draw or something. Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Okay, cool. And if you fill those out, you can do it before we leave or whenever you want. Okay, so you have to ask for referrals, you have to reward the individuals, and you have to make it easy. I know we went a little bit over 5 minutes, but I think that was a value to you guys. Is that valuable to you, yes or no?
Yeah.
Beautiful, okay? So let's go back to these boxes, and we're going to I'm going to give you an example of Donna. Okay, is there anybody here named Donna? Yeah, great. Donna would make this story if she was in this room. Okay? So Donna walks in the room, as soon as she walks in the room, she just starts complaining. She's got that negative awkward energy. Everybody's met a Donna before. Okay?
I have to really know a guy who was exactly that.
Yeah.
So bad name.
Well, maybe it's bad name or maybe it's the right name, right? But regardless, here's what Donna does. She starts to complain. She starts to blame the market. She starts to blame the economy. None of her clients are calling her back. She's struggling right now. Things in her personal life aren't going the way she is. This business sucks. You know what? She's saying, this business sucks. I'm getting out. Oh, you're not making money either? Let's get out together. Who's ever met Donna before? Okay? Who's ever met Donna personally before? Or Don? When Donna or Don show up, are those empower beliefs or are they limiting beliefs? Which ones? Limiting. Is Donna attacking more or less potential?
Yes.
She's getting more or less action. Produce better or worse results. What happens to her confidence? Up or? What happens to her belief about her clients, about the market, about the business? Up or? Down. So her confidence goes down, her beliefs about the business goes down. What happens to her quality of life? That goes down. But then what happens to Donna's confidence and certainty about her limiting beliefs? That's right. They're reinforced. They continue to get reinforced. They grow. And then Donna starts to believe all her doubts and doubt her beliefs about herself. She packs less potential, takes less action, gets worse results, and what does she do? She creates this innocent, illusion trait called the negative success cycle. And the negative success cycle, the reason why it's so scary is because it's unconscious. Sorry, don't get this first one. Looks like that's the one we're going to use. Although those talks. I'm not going to use the permanent one, I've done that before. Okay? Then she creates that negative success cycle. Why is this so scary? Because it's unconscious. And because it's unconscious, it's literally the scariest thing any human can self-create. Because that one day before you know it, slowly turns into what? 2 days. That 2 days before you know it, it's reinforced, and that 2 days turns into a week. That 1 week before you know it is a month. That 1 month turns into 3 months, 6 months, a year, 3, 5, 10, 15, 35 years later, there's Donna stuck. Singing the same story, blaming the same excuses. Why she's not where she wants to be in her business, why she's not where she wants to be in her health, why she's not where she wants to be in a relationship. Why? Because it's so much easier to blame something or someone else than for her to step up. And it's not that she didn't know she had changed her beliefs or habits, tap into more potential to take more action, except when she needed to make an actual commitment. Follow through. Even though it's going to be a little bit difficult, knowing that she needs to invest time, money, energy, face some fears, face that resistance, get out of her own way, she didn't follow through because that when she needed to face the resistance or take the time or invest or whatever it was, she went back the same way because it felt a little bit what? Because it was uncomfortable. And because it was uncomfortable, she did go back the same way of doing stuff. Because it's so much easier to blame something than someone else. Does this all make sense? Are y'all with me?
Yes.
Can we go a little bit deeper?
Yes.
Fantastic, because we're going to go there anyway. Let's separate all of ourselves together. We're all in the same team. It's us, we, and those things. So it's us versus the limiting beliefs. It's us versus those things. And those things, and by the way, you guys have, is it fair to say, I'm not saying you all have every single one of them, but pretty fair to say you all have at least 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And they didn't just show up last night, or last week, or last year. Some of them have been there for some time. True? So what did they cost you? And what do they currently cost you right now? What do they cost you in the business? What's the belief about, I just can't manage my time? There's no way I can have the money. I'm always struggling for money. It's too challenging. I'm just a procrastinator. I get too tired. I don't have the energy. You know what? It's just I don't take the action. It's all these fears. What happens if I go through them? I'm not confident enough. I don't have the discipline. I can't stay focused. That's just who I am. I want you to have that internal conversation and ask yourself, what do those cost you? How many deals have you lost because of those beliefs? How many deals are you aware of that you lost because of those, and you saw somebody else get that deal, knowing you should have got that deal, but one of those stopped you? How much money does it cost you? How long have you been in the industry? Last year, how much did those cost you? Multiply that by how long you've been in this business. You know what? Then I'm trying to do my job. Because I would rather you be oppressed in this moment and go back for a moment and realize what those really cost than to look back and move forward 5 years from now and understanding and knowing they can shift or change those, but we did nothing about them. And guess what? If we don't change them, do you think they're going to continue to show up and continue to affect us? Yes or no?
Yes.
So do you think it would be better to be depressed for a moment or two and really take a moment to actually acknowledge it and say, hey, what are these things done? What do they cost? And more importantly, who are they affecting right now? Could be family members, it could be other people around you. And what's that really mean? Does it mean no vacation? Does it mean having a struggle? Does it mean debt? I don't know. What about your personal? Those things cause health challenges. Those things cause emotional stress. Those things affect relationships. How? To what extent? And guess what? No matter how positive you think, if you don't do something about them, they're going to continue to show up. And they're not going to go away just by talking about them. Because if that was the case, everybody would be living in their dream home, having their dream relationship, having their dream car, having their dream clients. If it was that easy, we'd all talk ourselves out of it. We all need a little coaching at times. But if you're not where you want to be in any area of life, or if you are, but you want more, you know you can give more, you got to do something different. Because doing the same stuff over and over again, expecting different results is called what? Insanity. But you know what the real definition of insanity is? It's actually knowing this stuff and still doing it and expecting different results. You know what? Regardless if it is the governor or not, the only person that can affect the economy is who? You. You create your own economy. Regardless the governor, regardless of what's taking place, the only thing that you can control is who? And no matter how bad the government gets, no matter how bad the economy gets, do you think it might get worse, yes or no? And if you don't believe it, then you know what? For some folks, it'll be a rude awakening. But in 2007 and 2008, did the college degree, did the information prepare us for that? Yes or no? No. You know who those who took advantage of it? Those people who were psychologically strong. Those people who were able to shift their mental and emotional state and took advantage of the strategies that really shift and take advantage and follow through on the different strategies. And those people who started blaming the market economy, guess what? They were actually affecting the government. They were actually affecting the market of the economy. And if you don't think it's going to get better or worse in the next 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, you're kidding yourself. Because there's always dips and valleys. You guys know this business is cyclical. The only one factor that you can control is what? That's right. And you can have technology running all day long, right? But if you can't effectively show up, even if you have leads coming in, the business is going to go to the person who can commission this thing. The person who can show up in the best version of themselves and show up, and regardless, no matter what economy or no matter what government, someone's always thriving. Always. That's right. So here's my point to you. You have to change this stuff. But if you could have changed it, we would have already done so. So what happens if you did change this? What happens if you did get rid of this stuff? What happens if when this stuff showed up, you showed up in a different way? Because is that possible, yes or no? Can you condition that, yes or no? Just like any physical muscle, you have to condition this thing, mentally and emotionally. And when you do that, everything will be in your control. You'll have the control, instead of being at the control and the mercy of everything and everyone else. You have to dictate yourself, you have to control yourself before you can control or dictate anything else. And what if you did make that decision by stepping up and going to unleash the power within and truly unleashed all the power that you have within you? And really stepping the best version of who you know you could be and owned it. And go out there and be the best mother, be the best father, be the best real estate professional, be the best you. But if you don't, we're going to keep on playing the same records. And if you keep on playing the same records over and over again, what really happens? Do you get better? Do you stay the same? Or do you get worse? Stay the same or get worse? And I appreciate you saying stay the same, but I want you to think about this. Does anything in life really stay the same? A plant grows or at what? This business, if the brokerage isn't growing, if your business isn't growing, if you're not growing your relationship with your clients, what's happening to all those big things? They're dying. The business is dying. Your business is dying. The office is dying. Your relationship with your clients are dying. Your relationships, your personal relationships, those are growing and those are dying. Your health, you're getting healthier. Your body's deteriorating. Nothing stays the same. But if you did get rid of that stuff, would you tap into more or less your potential? Would you tap into more of your potential? More potential. Would you tap into more potential? Would you take more or less action? Produce better or worse results? Would you produce the results you wrote down in your worksheet a few moments ago? Would you produce the results on those boxes you wrote down earlier? Would you produce the results if you got rid of those limiting beliefs, yes or no?
Yes.
Would you produce even better results?
Yes.
What a concept. Maybe you really are better than what you thought. Maybe you're really more capable of what you currently believe you can produce. And maybe you can experience more of who you really know you are and what you can experience, not only for yourself, but for the people you care about, the people that matter most. But if you don't do it, somebody else will. Somebody's going to make a difference. You go on the airplane, what do they tell you to do? When the air mask drops, they tell you to put on your child, they tell you to put on your spouse, your partner, they tell you to put on yourself first. Because if you can't get out your own way, if you can't get rid of that stuff, and remember, it's not you, it's us versus that. It's all of us versus those things. It's either those things control you, or you control those things when they show up. It's the same thing in life. You have to control yourself first before you can impact your clients, your family members, and the community. And it's when you become better, everything else around you becomes better. You can't wish or hope to become better. You gotta put the time and effort to commit to being better. And it starts by getting rid of that stuff. Y'all with me, yes or no?
Yes.
Is 100% committed to destroying that stuff, getting rid of it? Going a little further down the road with me, if that's you, then say yes.
Yes.
I don't believe if that's you, then say yes.
Yes.
Write this down, it's my honor, my privilege to share with you, write down UPW, and it stands for Unleash the Power Within. See, it's a 3.5-day event live with the #1 success coach on the planet. The guy who's been doing this for the last 35 years, the guy who gets paid literally $1 million to work with individuals for 12 hours of his time, and there's a 4-year waiting list, and that's not even a guarantee. Salesforce.com, has anybody heard of Salesforce.com? Forget it. Bad example. Don't worry about that. Okay? The very first day of this event, for the first 12 hours, the very first day is called turning fear into power. And the whole first day is you're conditioning this thing. We got the most powerful muscles that we got, but we're in elementary school, we're in middle school, we're in high school, we're in college. They teach us how to condition this thing and how to operate this thing. Tell me what class. When do they teach us how to go after our goals? When do they teach us how to get rid of that stuff? When do they teach us how to become the best version of ourselves? Which class? They don't. The very first day you're going to condition this thing so you can be the best version of who you are, and we're going to prove it to you. By the first day you're going to have the ability to storm across 12 feet of 2,000 degree burning hot cold. Why? Because it's an experience. When you get an experience like something that you physically think that's impossible, or something physically that you're scared of, or you do something physically you didn't think you'd do before, you get that experience in your body. When it's in your body, it's completely different from reading or taking that information. That's why you have some of the most successful people, you have individuals who graduate from the most successful schools, the most prestigious schools, but they're not doing anything with their degree. But you have individuals who were broke, slept in the boxes, slept on the beach, but they had that experience inside of them that said, never again. They had an experience inside of them that shifted. And when you get that experience inside you, everything else shifts. That's what the first day is about. Never looking at that same BS story the same way again. And when you give your body, it's conditioned. You'll never look at the same story again after the first night. The second day is all about communication and influence. Communication and influence for yourself. If you can't communicate and influence your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, you'll always be at the mercy of everything else. You'll always be at the mercy of the government. You'll always be at the mercy of bad clients, of bad leads, of everything else. You'll never be able to motivate your buyers until you're already motivated. You'll never influence your children. You'll never influence your associates until you're already influenced. And you'll never get clients or people to believe in you until you really believe in yourself. Until you really believe in every single cell of who you are, your product, your service, the way that you can show up, and the way that you can service your clients. And it starts by communicating and influence this stuff first. You're also going to identify the most important areas of your life and learn how to close the gap. We all have areas of life that we want to improve or just take the next level. There's specific strategies, activities, and mindsets you have to condition and you're going to go through on how to improve every area of life. Day 2. And that's just touching the iceberg. The third day is called Transformation Day. What's the third day called? Transformation. That's right, because you end the trance that these things put you in. When you transform, you don't go back. When you change, you change. When you transform, it's like a caterpillar transforming into a butterfly. Does that butterfly ever turn back in that caterpillar, yes or no? Never. When you transform, you transform. When you end the trance, in order for you to transform, you have to end the trance that these programs, these CDs are running. That voice inside your head, you all know which voice I'm talking about. He knows 2 voices. He's got a party up there. Those voices won't stop until you change or scratch out those records to you. And you can scratch a CD once or twice, but then it's just going to start to skip. But when you scratch that CD, when you and Tony will go through this process, it's called the Dickens process, and you literally completely annihilate, you destroy, you rewire those negative beliefs, you get them out, and you replace them. You recondition these new CDs, these new patterns, these new grooves, so they don't operate the same way again. It's one of the most powerful, amazing experiences you'll ever experience. Our clients will say it's one of the top 3 experiences. It's up there with their marriage day, up there with their children being born. Literally one of the top experiences of their lives. And the last day, it's Sunday, it's all about health and energy. Listen, you can have all the money in the world. You can have some great relationships. You can be in a great emotional state, but if you don't have your health, and I'm not talking about health like strength or power, I'm talking about vitality. I'm talking about energy. To go throughout the day with passion, to just have energy, to just be able to go through the day, what's the point of being the richest person in the graveyard? What's the point of not being able to live a fulfilled life? True fulfillment starts with a healthy body and a strong mind. We have clients coming back after the first 30 days losing 30 pounds. We have clients losing 120 pounds in the next 6 months. Specific tools, skills, and strategies that Tony's learned for the best is applied, he's done with, proven time and time again. This guy wouldn't be in business for the last 34 years if he didn't get results. That's the event, 3.5 days, live with the #1 success coach plan. Okay? Now I know that some of you guys are already committed, you're already 100% committed to making some new decisions. We just started this brand new year. Some of you, how many have already fallen off track on some of those resolutions? You don't have to answer, but here's the thing. You gotta do something different. Just writing down some goals and just hoping that things are going to change, hope is not a strategy. Okay? When you hope to do something in your body, I hope I can get that deal. I hope I can go out there and change my life. There's a difference between hoping and committing. There's a difference between hoping and making a decision. When you make a decision, you cut off from everything else. You have to make a decision and be fully committed, because when you make a decision, we've all experienced it before, when you make a real decision and you go all in for your business, for life, things change. You've seen it before, I haven't explained it. This is that decision. And here's how we can prove it to you. One, it's a 100% money back guarantee. By the second day, you guys get value in this 1 hour, yes or no? Oh man, you haven't made me feel bad. Well, if you got some value, so I'm kind of feeling it. Alright, if you got anything from me today, this event is 1,000 times better. I know that's a big claim to say it's 1,000 times better. If you don't believe it's 1,000 times better, by the second day, get all your money back. Because the only person that tells you the results is not me, not your neighbor, not Oprah Winfrey, not some of the most successful people in the world, you. And if it's not the best thing, get all your money back by the second day, risk-free satisfaction, you have to go to the university to get that back. And the second is the tax deduction. You're an independent contractor. This is an investment in your business. And the best investment you're ever investing is investment yourself. Because that's something that no one can ever take away from you. Ever. Whether it's the government, whether it's the market, whether it's the economy, whether it's many people, when you can control and condition these things, no one can take away that information from you. No one can take away those experiences from you. Alright? Chris, do you mind helping me pass these out real quick? I appreciate it, man. So as Chris is helping me pass these out, what was that?
I said Tony Robbins, like one of the most finals.
Yeah, the singing.
Oh my God, he was
Yeah, that was just like an hour and a half or something.
yeah.
Okay? So here's the different sections. Diamond Premier is $29.95 and the Diamond section is $23.95. Has anybody ever seen the show Shark Tank? Okay. Anybody, so I'm not going to say name who it was specifically, but we had individuals from the Shark Tank, top athletes, top business professionals. I don't know if it worked for all the guys, but some of the Miami Dolphins, alright, it didn't work. It didn't work for the whole team, but there was a couple of Miami Dolphins there, not this last event, but we had top athletes, top professional athletes. They're sitting in that section. Why? Because they see the value in it, but those are the type of people that are in that section. It's very exclusive. There's only 400 people in that section. VIP, in my opinion, is the best value. That's $16.95, and the reason why I say it's the best value, you're networking with diamond level clients. You're sitting closer. There is a different feel. There's a different energy, just like any rock concert or sporting event. But who you're around, the experience, being a little bit closer, it does make a little bit of difference. There's no question about it. In my opinion, the best value. Executive section is right behind that. That's $13.95. How the seating section works, the diamonds will sit down, then VIP will sit down. You can sit anywhere in your section, first come, first serve. So VIP will be released in the section, then executive will be released in the room. You can sit anywhere in that section. And then the last section is general mission. Same thing. VIP will sit down, executive will be released in the section, and then general mission is first come, first serve. When I first went to the event, I sat general mission. Anybody ever heard of Maryville, Indiana before? Maryville, Indiana? Maryville, Indiana? No one's heard of Maryville, Indiana? Surprise, surprise. Alright? Born and raised, my parents immigrated from Macedonia to Gary, Indiana. At 5, we moved from Gary, Indiana to Maryville, Indiana. My parents to this day still live there. And I made a couple of decisions. I made a couple of commitments in my life to not be where I wanted to be physically. I didn't have the confidence. I wasn't making the money. And I made a decision for my 23rd birthday to invest in myself. It was the best decision I ever made in my life. After coming back from that event, I made a couple of decisions. And it was all sitting in general mission. It doesn't matter where you sit, but you have to go. You have to commit. When I came back, first decision I made was, I'm never, ever, ever living in Maryville, Indiana ever again. And I'm moving directly to San Diego, California. Second decision I made was, 2 parts of this decision. First one was, I'm never going to work for anybody ever else again unless I could write my own paycheck. And the reason why was, I wasn't being able to write my own paycheck. I was working for a company that was on a salary and very, very little commission. Every single one of you in this room, you get paid by your performance. The actions you put in, what you put out there is a direct reflection of your financial rewards and what you get paid. What you get paid. Yes or no? I said I wouldn't work for anybody else unless I'm getting paid for the results that I know I can do. And the second part of that decision, I said I would never work for anybody ever else again unless I'm working for one man. Take a wild guess who that man is. Tony Robbins. And the reason why I share this with you is, think about the story. I'm 23 years old, from Maryville, Indiana. I had struggles getting the event. I didn't know if this was going to be right for me. I don't know if this is going to work. Oh, then you tell your friends, your family members that you share a dream, and they're going to tell you that your dreams are crazy, that there's no way you're going to fulfill those dreams. Why even bother? And you ever have that happen to them? Okay?
That's why you have those issues.
That's why you have those issues. And that's why you must make a decision for yourself to go after those results. Because there's plenty of that stuff, but I will tell you this. When I divorced the story, when I got rid of the BS story, the only story that I knew that was holding back from getting bad was that's when I knew that was going to happen. And it's the same thing for you. I don't know what your result is. Maybe it's to increase your business and make an additional $10,000. Maybe it's to lose some weight. Maybe it's to have a better quality of life. Maybe it's to be happier. Would that be a bad thing? Maybe it's to be a better person. Maybe it's to change some area of your life. But the only thing that stops is just this. And here's what I can promise you. When you get rid of this stuff, those results change. It's your beliefs, your habits are a direct reflection of your results right now. Your beliefs and your habits is a direct reflection of how much money you're making right now. Your beliefs and your standards is a direct reflection of your body and the way you look and the way you feel. Your beliefs and your standards about your relationships. It's two people's beliefs of what's possible in your relationships and both your guys' standards of what's possible and what's not possible. These results will not change until you change your beliefs and patterns. It starts by changing those things first. Y'all with me, yes or no?
Yes.
Warren Buffett said the best, those are the best results. Your results are a direct reflection of your beliefs and your patterns. And he was on CNN about 6 months ago. They asked Warren, they said, Warren, what's the absolute best investment they could ever invest in? And they asked him, Warren, is it real estate? He said no. They said, Warren, is it gold? He said no. They said, Warren, what's the best investment you could ever invest in? And you know what he did? He looked directly into the camera and said, the best investment you could ever invest in is invest in yourself. Because you'll never be able to because no one will ever be able to take that investment away from you. And whatever you invest in yourself, no one will be able to take that away from you. And if you can invest the number one successful on the planet, destroy this stuff, get rid of this stuff, increase the quality of life, come back and get a half a deal, get a referral to a deal, you get one deal more because of this, what if you yourself back multiples, yes or no? So what's the smart thing to do? It's to go. And that's why I reward you guys for stepping up and taking action. And the only thing that's stopping you right now from taking action, or anybody from taking action, I'll explain this and we'll wrap up. It's called Lodi. Has any of you heard of Lodi before? Okay, Lodi is a law and business from the Harvard Business School. I'll say it once and repeat it. Well, let me give you an example first. Who's ever wanted to go somewhere, go to an event, go to a concert, do something, and they're like, man, I want to go, I want to do it, and then years later they regret they didn't do it. Have you ever had that experience before? Okay? Who's ever had a client to say, hey, Doug? Yes. Doug, I think it's awesome, I think you're great, and I think I'm going to list my home with you. But I'm going to call you back in about 2 weeks. And when does that client call Doug back? Never. Or very rarely. Why? Because Lodi. I'm going to say it once to say it back with me. It's called the law of diminishing intent. Say it with me. Law of diminishing intent. And what that means is, your best intentions, your client's best intentions, they decrease over time. Maybe that client really wanted to call Doug back, but then they had to make dinner. And after dinner, they were planning on making that call back to him. But you know what? He didn't do this part of follow-up, and maybe he did, but you know what? The client had something else that they needed to do. And they wanted to call back in the morning, but then they had an emergency. And then 2 days turns into 3 days, that 3 days turns into a week, that week turns into 2 weeks, and that 2 weeks turns into never. Lodi, law of diminishing intent. Do you want to know how to destroy procrastination in your clients? Keep calling, yes, absolutely. If you don't want to learn this, yes or no? Yes. You have to destroy your own life first. There's a saying, birds of a feather flock together. Successful people attract successful people. Those people who think, to wait, to make decisions, to go out there and find things to distract them, guess who they attract? The same type of people. We all are on a vibrational level. Success is not something you become. Success is something you attract by the person you become. It's not a thing. And the better that you get, the more that you put in yourself and your business, the more that success is attracted to you. The more people say, hey, there's something about this person. There's an aura, there's a way they carry themselves. There's something unconsciously. Success is attracted by the person you become. And it starts by destroying that stuff. And that's why I reward you guys with some special corporate rates by getting rid of Lodi and taking action today. Y'all like some corporate rates, yes or no? You don't like corporate rates. You don't like corporate rates, yes or no? Yes. Fantastic. On your enrollment form, cross out where it says VIP 1695, cross that investment out, and that investment right next to it drops all the way down from $16.95 to only $10.95 for VIP, which is an absolute amazing deal for the VIP section. Cross out the executive, cross out $13.95, that investment drops down to $8.95 for the executive, and then cross out the general mission, that goes from $10.95 all the way down to only $6.95. All these sections right there, it's less than $3 a day. For the next year, what are you currently investing in now or not investing in? Cup of coffee from Starbucks. What are you investing in? Maybe something that you're doing or you're not doing. But I know for a fact you can all afford $3 a day in the next year or even less than that to invest in your financial future, invest in your business. And if you can't, that's the number one reason why you have to go. Okay? So who's thinking about going to something like this? 5 companies? Fantastic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
What are the dates?
The dates? March 10th through the 13th in West Palm Beach. When we have a group of 7 or more, what we do is we offer, let me go over a couple bonuses. So, anybody enrolling, you'll get a $250 coaching section. When I had mentioned to you, I was excited that I was going to move from Maryland, Indiana, to San Diego, it was after my coaching call. You get a coaching call you'll have, it's extremely powerful, helps you with clarity. I don't remember. It was just super powerful, other than the fact that I knew I was determined to hit those goals. Within 90 days, I started working with the company. I started getting the training. It was a little bit delayed before I actually started, but I officially got the job. 90 days, before my 90 days was up, after we made that plan, started working for the company. That coaching section, do not underestimate the power of that. You'll all get it no matter what section you sit. That's a $250 bonus. You'll also get a DISC assessment. Has anybody ever taken a DISC assessment before? Anybody? Okay, a couple of you. Pretty powerful or pretty spot on? You breathing? Takes about 20 minutes to do. It is 45, 46, 47 pages. You want accountability, you want to understand what you do, why you do it, do the DISC assessment, get someone that's going to hold you accountable, follow through with that. I promise you that will help you change many aspects of your business, your life, if you follow through with it. The last bonus you'll get is a $500 bonus e-course. The e-course is 12 weeks of videos you give to you every single week for the next 12 weeks. You have access to that forever. That course by itself, it is $500 to buy it separately. The first video is on rapport building, and the fourth video is on time management. The first video and the fourth video by themselves, those are well worth $500. The first video, if you apply it, your conversations over the phone will be completely different. Meeting people face to face will be completely different. The level of rapport, the level of the likability you'll have after that first video, you take it and apply it, it's so simple, but it works. And the fourth video, time management, powerful. So you get $1,000 worth of bonuses. It is a tax deduction and a risk-free satisfaction guaranteed by going to the event. If it's getting the money back, if you don't believe it's worth every single penny. Okay? So who is going to go for sure? Nobody. I know, here's the thing. I know that everybody in this room is thinking about it. I want to do it. So what can I do to support you guys? What questions can I answer for you guys? And I know there was about 4 or 5, 6 of you guys considering going. Oh, here's what I was going to say. If we do get 6 or more, what we do is we upgrade everybody from general mission to executive or from executive to VIP. That's if we do get a group of 6 or more. So VIP would be $8.95 and executive would be $6.95. We'd like to reward you guys as a group. If not, these would be the discounts: $10.95, $8.95, and $6.95 the other sections. Okay? What other questions can I answer for you guys?
What's the time?
The times, they're all day.
You said the last day is a half a day?
The last day, half a day with
4 days?
Yeah, 4 days. The half a day for our company is like 9 to 5, so that's not a half day. All the other days, yeah.
You get sleep deprived.
You get sleep deprived. We like to call it, we add so much value, and you're not forced to stay there. Yeah, you're not forced to stay there, but we give you so much that you have literally you're there from 9 o'clock in the morning, and some of the days go later, 9, 10, 11, midnight, not every single night. And if you need to cut out a little bit early, you can cut out. If Tony's on stage, not the whole time, he's not speaking every single hour of every single day, but he's speaking at least 25, 30 hours of that weekend there himself live. And just that experience, along with this transformational experience, there's nothing that's as powerful that I've ever seen in my life. The results speak for themselves. Tony wouldn't be in business if he wasn't getting results. Now the question's in your hands. What are the results you have right now, and if you're not getting them, what's stopping you? And if we can find a solution to get rid of them, this is your answer. Okay? So I'll stick around answering any questions you have. Who is interested in going? So if you talk to us, having some conversations about anything, Chris, think about going? You guys going? Okay. Lodi. So the one thing is, we'll talk about that if you have any other questions. Anything else? Cool. I'll stick around answering any questions if you guys have any questions.
How long do we have to make a decision on the price?
Well, the price points they go up already. So general mission is $8.95. Executive, I believe, is $10.95. Really, I'll answer any question you have after today. I have to get the sign-in sheet. I saw you guys have the sign-in sheet. So the only way to get that discount is by having signed in and filling out one of these enrollment forms. Anything else is already $200 above each section. Okay? So that's why I say, if you have any questions, if you think anything happen, talk to me. I want you there. Let's make it happen. Okay? Anything else? I'll stick around. Yeah, I can take those and I'll give you the CDs for the referrals. What was that?
I think we should look at some of the slides that
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Got the cards on the phone.
total silence.
Awesome. Thank you, Lucas.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Try that again. Billy wants to see what the clothes on the
Kind of. Sort of. He's evolved a little bit.
Haven't we all?
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank you.
My pleasure.